is my first time actually performing, so when she saw what I had done, her words were dripping with rage, choked back by a sorrow that I refused to see as she screamed. But what she chose to say bit at me. Girls should have pretty hands. If her only concern, in that moment I thought, if her only concern was that I had ruined the beauty of my wrist, then I was right to let despair take me in. I didn't know that my mother didn't know how to say what she felt, that the rage on her face quickly transformed into tears when I couldn't see. I was glad to be alone. At 15, I spent so much time sitting in the teeth of the beast, resting my ever-tired feet in the silent depressions of its molars. Before I knew it, its mouth had shut, and I fell into its throat. I couldn't hear, I couldn't care. I made believe that everything was starting to feel okay, better this way. Somehow, one voice rang through. My youngest sister, yes, she found out too. In the darkness, I listened to a 10-year-old's questions. Why did you do this? What does it mean? Where does it lead? I did my best to answer. The way a big sister could. Protecting her from the full truth of my self-inflicted deed. And she made me lick pinkies with her, promising that I would stay. It wasn't much, but for her that promise was a sliver of something she could hold on to in her worry for me. And knowing that she held that shining sliver pushed me to do better. Still, there are times when it hovers over me with its gaping mouth breathing me in, a beguiling entrance dying to shut once again. Instead, I let my scars heal as I remembered the voice of the one who cared and the promise I made when no hope was there. But in the corner of my eye, I notice her suffering. She cries on her own, crouched in the corner of the room. At 15, she grew. I ask her if she needs a hand or a hug, because I've been there too. And she says, no. And it's funny, because I feel so hopeless, but all I can do is hold on to that sliver. Hope that my words reach through, so that the thing that swallowed me won't devour my youngest sister too.
I just wanted to really take the time to appreciate everybody who came up here to do their spoken word. I know there was a lot of nerves. I'm feeling it myself now, but just great job. You guys are amazing, and it's always amazing here, being in the presence of other poets. So it's just something I feel. I know we snap or clap or whatnot, but I think for this piece, and this is my first time actually asking this favor, is I would appreciate absolute silence. So we can do that. All right. This poem is called I Should. and I dedicate it to my mom. Who's hopefully she's watching right now. I should probably confess that I've held on to the past for so long. I've held on to a past. I'm sorry. Can I start over? Yes. I should probably confess that for so long I've held on to the past. And if anyone asks, I justified my insecurities with a magnifying glass. I've convinced my spirit that the reason why I'm so afraid to be forgotten is because between the age of 5 through 8, I was starting to forget. I was starting to forget how your hands felt when you braided my hair, how your fingers would brush against my cheeks, how you would tickle my feet, how your body would hug me when I was tortured by my nightmares and fears. I was beginning to forget your smile, voice, laughter. I was beginning to forget that you did not have any other choice. The truth is, no one ever really talks about the damage. And because we adapted a traditional parents, sending their kids back to the homeland, a distant bruise, and wounds expand like the ocean that separate bloodlines. And I know that it's the financial troubles that instigate this kind of separation, but not after striving to build a better foundation. But I think sometimes love or intentions get lost in the translation. I honestly thought I was only going back for a vacation. I should probably tell you that I know what distance can do. Distance made it so hard to communicate with you. I know that it caused a language barrier between us, because by the time I found a voice and a language that tasted like love, peace, that tasted like forgiveness, it was distance that made it impossible for you to hear me, even after we had been reunited. I should probably confess that I held on to a memory of me running out of my uncle's house, screaming from the top of my lungs, experiencing my first heartbreak, drowning in my first heartache. I threw up the banana that did everything but soothe. The long upcoming years I would go without you. I looked for you in the dark, trying to figure out if my shadow could catch up with yours. The truth is that I wish and I know that I could be a better daughter, and that deep down I fear that I may lose you when I'm in most need of you. I fear that I may take you for granted like it's a societal cue. There are things that I have left unsaid with you. Mom, I need you. I need you more than I write in my poems. I need you more than I describe in my metaphors. I need you. Mom, I need you. We adapted a tradition of parents sending their kids back to the homeland, distant bruised, and like I said, wounds expand. They expand, and they expand like the ocean. I know that I say that I'm still hurt, but this is not an excuse anymore. This is not an excuse for war. This is not the fuel we need. Arguing with you is not an acceptable deed, but a dangerous deed. I know that I can be perfect. I hope for the days that I can share my love for poetry with my first love. I hope that I can be better at communicating with you. I hope that I can be better at expressing my love for you. I hope for a better tomorrow, no matter what kind of yesterday, no matter what past, and no matter what I face today. I hope that one of these days I can see you in the crowd looking at me on stage. Mom, I miss you. The truth is, I miss you. I've missed you. I still miss you. The truth is, my habits are constantly changing like the reasons and the seasons. My habits, I know I will work on being consistent. I will work on being consistent because things could change in an instant. Mom, we have been asked to take care of our parents, to honor our parents over and over again. For it's your mother, your mother, your mother, and then your father. And sometimes we don't realize that we are ungrateful until it's too late. Sometimes it will always be too late. And because anything that can take you to Jannah requires patience. I hope and I pray that Allah gives us the patience to deal and conquer our nafs, our egos, and our fears, and our insecurities, so that we may love those who love us so much with absolute purity.
For all the girls who love too hard, for all the girls who are told that they love too hard and give too much, for all the girls that were told that they hurt too easily and feel too deeply, for all the girls that understood that poverty is crippling, yet so is love. Let me tell you a story of a girl. Let me tell you a story of a girl always told she was pretty but never beautiful, 5'7" with a loud voice, and because of that, she was forbidden from feeling vulnerable. She can't cry. They say she's too tough. They say I fear her. They say, yeah, but her most of all, she can't love, they say. Poverty is crippling, yet so is love. She understood this. She was this. She raised her hand to contribute to the conversation. The teacher hesitated to call on her, students eager to hear what lies she's telling. The words that came out of her mouth, bleeding with sincerity, and they laugh. She can't possibly fall in love, they say. How? They say she's Muslim. They say that rag on her head only limit her to pretty, never beautiful. She can't possibly understand that poverty is crippling, that so is love. In fact, she had a monopoly on heartbreak. Walks into class, everyone asks why her smile isn't perked up, and quickly, to keep the pain hidden, the weather is annoying, the stress is too long. I have a paper to finish. I have a paper to finish. So-and-so doesn't talk to me anymore. Another terrorist attack. The world is on fire. Anything other than her feeling that poverty is crippling, yet so is love. Don't worry. This is just a poem. The manifestation of these words are not real. They don't extend farther than this piece of paper. Yet, if it wasn't a poem, let me tell you a story of another girl who thought poverty was crippling, yet so was love. She couldn't sleep. Her eyes couldn't see the darkness. Because of the door that was shut, she banged on the barrier that separated her from herself. I love you, she said. Open up, she said. Yet no response to the foreboding sadness that she felt through the silence. Even if she understood that poverty was crippling, yet so was love. With every hardship comes ease, with every heartbreak comes healing, with every jerk comes a few more jerks. Yet eventually, you'll find a soul that will allow your heart to race, not from anxiety, not from sadness. When she met him, the weather was perfect. When she met him, the weather was perfect. Happiness was no longer a probability, yet reality, even if it couldn't work out. She fell. His kindness drowned her. His words covered her. His kindness drowned her. His words covered her. She was no longer pretty, but beautiful. Too bad beauty was relative, and the one who saw it had to leave. You'll eventually find a soul who will allow your heart to race, not from anxiety, not from sadness. That soul will not be a man, however. They will be the embodiment of happiness. They will be night and day. They will be everything and nothing. They will be the cup that's always full. They will be the last cookie in the cookie jar. They will be the flower that blossoms in the spring. They will be every raindrop that falls on your face. They will not be a man, however. They will be you and yourself. They will force you to realize that although poverty is crippling, love does not have to be. Yet the purest form of love is from God Almighty, because the more you know about Him, the more you love Him, the more you love Him, the more you trust Him, the more you trust Him, the sweeter you worship Him, the sweeter you worship Him, the more you realize He loved you all along. Because although poverty is crippling, love does not have to be.